Deputy Minister of Forestry, Fisheries and the Environment, Makhotso Sotyu, has launched the National Arbor Month. She's announced winners of the Arbor City Awards in Polokwane in Limpopo. The National Arbor Month is commemorated in September to raise awareness about protecting the environment. This year, the theme is Forests and Health. Let's now get some more insights with Pumeza Nodada, who is the Deputy Director General in the Forestry Department. Pumeza, thank you for making time. So as we commemorate the National Arbor Month, what message are you sending out to South Africans about the environment?
Good afternoon to you and good afternoon to the listeners. The main theme, as you have indicated for this year, is forests and health. So we are linking the role of forests to our health, as in forests or trees are able to provide us with food. Trees are able to provide us with medicine, with shade and shelter, and the importance of that in our lives. So the message that we have for South Africans is that let's go out, plant the trees that we are supposed to plant, whether it's your indigenous trees or it's your fruit trees. But also we must make sure that we do maintain those trees that we have planted, so that we can be able to come back the following year and count the trees that we have planted in the previous year, and those trees are still there.
Is there enough awareness that has been raised around the importance of such issues? I mean, are South Africans, sensitized about the need to conserve, to protect and plant trees for environmental and even other human-related benefits?
Yes, we do a lot of awareness within the department. We start with our schools, and you will might have noted that one of the awards that was being given by the Deputy Minister last night was looking at the schools that have done well in Limpopo in terms of awareness, in terms of greening, and looking at how they have tried to incorporate that into their schoolwork. So we do a lot of awareness within the communities as well, as we go out to plant the trees within the broader community, within the different institutions and the stakeholders that we work with. So there is awareness that happens throughout the year, even though we focus Arbor Month and we focus on September, but there is planting of trees and there is awareness of trees that happens throughout the year.
There are obviously many health benefits derived in forests through nutritious foods, maybe medicine, fresh air, you've got clean water, places for recreation. How do we make it sustainable?
The way that we can make it sustainable, as I said, is to ensure that we plant as many trees as we can, but also to learn more about the trees that we plant. There are trees that you can use just as a leaf to cure certain things. You can use a small bark. So the issue of sustainability goes back to ensuring that you don't have to cut the whole tree for you to be able to use it for medicinal purposes, as an example. So it's those kinds of things that we then need to understand or create awareness amongst each other as South Africans, so that we do not lose the amount of trees that we have managed to plant with the different stakeholders.
Yeah. Just tell us more about the awards. There was, as you said, an award ceremony yesterday. So who were you as the department honoring?
Last night we were honoring municipalities that have done exceptionally well in trying to green areas of their jurisdiction. So the way we go about doing this is to, as I said, we partner with the different stakeholders, but we look at, for instance, your housing settlements. You would note that in your affluent suburbs, there would be more trees than in your low-cost housing. So we try and make sure that we look into those issues. Has the municipality focused in your low-cost housing? Have they planted enough trees there? Have they done the education with the communities? Have they maintained those trees after they are planted? Because you would realize that in some cases, let's say now we have this Arbor Month, we are able to plant a lot of trees, but then the following month nothing happens. So we look at the sustainability in terms of how many trees did you plant the previous year, how many of of those have died? How many of those have you managed to maintain? And what other additional activities have you done as a municipality to try and make sure that you green the areas or clean the areas that you are involved in? Have you involved women? Have you involved youth? So those are the kinds of things that we look at.
How do we get other institutions like schools to initiate and implement greening projects, so to speak? Some are already doing it, but more could join in.
I think what could be best is that the schools or stakeholders could be in touch with us in the department. We have different units that are focusing on different themes, or let me say different stakeholders. We have a unit that will deal specifically with schools, where we ensure that the awareness that is given there is aligned to the kids. There is awareness that is given to communities. So you can contact us from the department, and then we will be able to provide you with the right person in that particular province where you are at, so that you can be able to then get more information.
All right. Thank you so much for making time for us. Pumeza Nodada is the Deputy Director General from the Department of Forestry, Fisheries and the Environment.